Rapid advances in artificial intelligence are reshaping our way of living, working, and socializing. We rely on the role of automation to quickly generate and explore alternatives of our present reality.
With this, we are experiencing the beginning phase of the introduction of autonomous cars. My teammate YL&EJ, Evelyn Junko, has been looking at a speculative reality integrating self-driving vehicles and how they relate to housing.
Automated vehicles technology has raised issues of relationship between human, street, and living spaces. Moreover, on a rapid increase of traffic congestion and a new generation changing home ownership habits, the project proposes housing for a community that strives for a balance between temporary enclosed spaces and ride-sharing.
Automotive industries are exploring the idea of a vehicle that can be attached and detached from a living space. The autonomous home living could radically reduce carbon footprints and living expenses by combining transportation and housing needs in one space. New type of community will emerge, reshaping our streets and public spaces. A car receives an order that will be cooking on the road or automatically selects items to deliver. Our speculation extends to the idea that the building envelope is not only designed for humans but also for machine vision.
The urban design of our site, located at El Segundo, was a process of generative deep learning. Using CycleGAN, an image-to-image translation technique, we process existing urban plans as our input, and in return, the machine generates a new urban fabric for the entire site. Our design concentrates and takes a closer look at these two messes as a proof of concept for a large master plan.
The building assembly was thought to define public versus private spaces, where a route serving autonomous car would tie the masses to the site. The car route carves into the masses to create pockets of shared communal areas. Its massive composition of modular elements and imposing geometric lines became the influential element on the design of the project.
Starting from the idea of repetitive housing modules, the aggregation of 4x4 modules creates interior spaces, terraces, and shared spaces. The same source produces different outcomes, and that will automatically be fused back into one and through the design of the building.
The facade is a dynamic, three-dimensional, ever-changing texture built using the method of the generative design. Several trained images by CycleGAN are projected into a repetitive movable pattern. The abstract patterns and shifting pieces of the structure explore the transformation of visible and invisible elements.
By doing so, it allows different patterns to be visible to the autonomous car but invisible to the human eye. Then, the user is able to choose within available units. The vehicle can stay parked as part of the housing unit or drop the users off.
Let's take a closer look at this movable pattern. The car attaches to the unit, the interior door closes, and the car is locked to the facade pattern. Most important, this pattern allows the vehicle to charge while it is parked. The self-driving vehicle can adapt to diverse functions, making the residential units purposefully flexible. They can function as an office space or start a business since it is the movable part of the house.
Looking at the facade from the car's perspective, this is able to detect which units are available. Object detection often requires vast datasets and long training times. To make this project possible, we apply two simplifications. We train and label the renders of our own geometry, and we predict the fixed number of objects in each image. Technology is present in our everyday activities, when we conduct a business, when we socialize, or when we drive. Why don't extend this to our living environment?
This project explores one of the many possibilities of the integration of autonomous cars and the impact it has on the urban form. It looks at this impact among different scales, from car unit to urban massing. The facade has given a new legacy of architecture form as interface. Stable architecture typologies are replaced by something more fluid, where the building is no longer meant for human perception, but also for machine vision. Thank you.